Alright guys, so I just picked this up. This is a Peerless MST 206. That's a 6-speed. It actually works really good. I'm quite surprised. The pulley is stuck on there, but we're going to try to get that pulled off. The axle shafts have some rust on them, but we'll just get those cleaned up with some sandpaper and stuff. And it shifts through all the gears, and even surprisingly, the brakes actually work on here, which is, on most of these things, they don't work. So beware when you're buying a transaxle, take that into consideration, see if the brakes work on it. But I also picked up these two 8-inch rims with it. So originally I was gonna pay, he wanted $50 for this trans. Sorry for that. Gabriel 379 just went by, but originally I wanted $50 for this trans, and that's a really good deal I thought originally, but I didn't really want to pay that, so I just offered him $30 and see what he said, and he's like, yeah, sure. And then I asked him, well, wait, I'm gonna need some rims for this, or else, because like it's not gonna work without rims. So I picked up these two 8-inch rims with it. He gave me these. They look like they're off of Craftsman. So he gave me all of this stuff for $45, and it seems like a really good deal to me, considering this transmission works and everything. So yeah, everything's in good condition. Rims even have valve stems that work. So I'm gonna get the shop cleaned up for you guys, and then we're gonna show you what we're gonna put this thing in. And here it is. This, you guys might not recognize it, but it is the John Deere L110 racing lawnmower build that we were gonna do a few months ago over the summer. But then, you know, we picked up the truck, and I said, I was not going to do this until that truck is finished. I'm going to put all money towards that truck, and that truck build is still going to happen. I just got to get down there, because this truck's not at my house. There's no place to put it, to work on it sufficiently. So it's down at my uncle's. So I just got to get someone to take me down there. It'd be real nice if I had my license and stuff, so I go work on it, but that's not going to happen for like 2 years. So this is like the meantime project, because I was just sitting here bored out of my mind for a while, because the mud mower, that's up in the mountains, and there wouldn't be much fun around here anyway to ride it, because it's all frozen. There's not much mud around. The red mower, there's not much to do. Like, I've just got tired of that thing. I mean, it's fast, it's fun to ride and all that, it's extremely sketchy, but I want to move on to better projects. So this John Deere L110 racing lawnmower had a hydro. Now it's going to have an MST 206 in it. That's a 6-speed, as I mentioned earlier. So we should be, you know, just sending or fine on this thing. So to make this thing better than the red lawnmower, which I like a lot, it's really fun to drive, but I want this thing to take it to the next level. So what we're going to do to this is we're going to make our own front axle. As I mentioned, I don't think I mentioned it because those videos accidentally I lost them, but this is going to be a better one. But so I'm going to make my own front axle. This is going to be a $100 budget build. Now if we sell the hydro for like $50, that tacks onto our budget. So we have $100 of my money, but anything we sell off of this tacks onto the budget. So we're going to get a piece of square tubing, and I think I'm going to get some bushings from Lowe's. And I'm going to use the stock spindles, maybe modify them a little bit. And we're going to make our own custom lowered front axle. Now as far as the back goes, I have this tire on here. This is what we're going to be using. I'm going to switch the rims out because this is for a Cub Cadet transaxle. This actually came off the red mower. But this, I'll show you here the spline in there. It's like a square. The axle's still in there. You just cut that off the hydro. I took it off the hydro because we couldn't get it off. The other rim it's out. But we could probably get that out now. Just so you guys don't say in the comments, we did have this thing heated up to, it was bright orange and didn't come off. But we don't really need those anyway. So we're going to be trimming this out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be trimming this piece out right here along the fenders to make this just flat, so we get more tire clearance in here, and so it'll sit a bit lower. But that's probably about how it's going to sit. And then I'm going to see how much room we got, and I want to cut down into here so I can put the seat down lower. Sorry for all the junk on the seat. That's just, I got to clean that up still. But here's the belt guide and stuff for it. I don't know if we're going to use that, but so we're just going to put it down. Transmission, we're going to cut and notch the frame out. I'll show you here on the other side. Let's see if we got enough light to see. Yeah. So we're gonna cut this piece out, how far we need to come up. But we're gonna cut this out in a square so we can re-weld this on. Assuming it bolts up to the transmission pattern. We're also gonna be removing the fuel tank most likely so we can get the seat down lower. So we're gonna be notching this out, bracing the frame up with some really heavy-duty angle iron to give it more of a kind of like a triangle shape in there, so to lower it and still have the frame structure. And then we're probably going to be trimming this off right around here with the holes. We're going to try to do this all as straight as possible. Now this is going to be kind of like a redneck racing mower build. It's not going to be like probably a lot of you guys have seen that Dude Perfect thing. Those are really nice mowers. I'd like to build one of that. I don't think this is going to, I don't think it's going to turn out like those. But it's still going to turn out really cool, and it's going to be fun to drive. So with my own spin on it, so you guys probably have been getting bored of seeing like all the other racing mowers that are high dollar, $1,000, multi-thousands of dollars, get sponsored and all those guys. This one is just going to be built in my shed with my own tools and all that. We're not going to be getting anything probably CNC machined or anything like that. It's all just going to be normal parts that normal people could buy and everything else. Now, what you guys gotta do to build this thing, I like to shop around for the parts. That's what's really gonna get you the parts to build this thing. So you guys just gotta shop around, look for the best deals, and not only the cheapest, but the best price for the best item. Like, you don't want to go out and buy a $25 transmission that's absolutely junk when you could spend extra 20 bucks to buy a good transmission and it'll work. You don't have to really do anything to it, maybe just paint it. So I'm going to get to this. I'm going to clean this thing off some more, and then I'm going to try to pull the pulley off on the transmission. So that should be probably pretty interesting. We'll see if we can get that off without having to go get the angle grinder, just cutting it right off. Because I don't think that's going to come off with a torch. And I don't really want to burn myself today, since it's 2 days till Christmas. That would kind of ruin my Christmas if I burnt myself really bad. So we're just going to get that thing pulled off. And yeah, this is how it's kind of going to look, hopefully. I think it's going to look really cool. So hopefully in the summer we can drive it, drift it. Another thing I should mention, this paint is not going to stay. We're not going to paint this thing when it's all, like this, because I'm going to be trimming stuff out of the fenders. We don't want that to a new paint job. And plus it's December, so in Pennsylvania that's cold. It's not like Florida, we could paint it now, but so we're going to be leaving this primer / original paint thing on. And then once we get it all put back together, we're going to take the wheels and stuff off, mask it off, and then paint this. So I need color suggestions from you guys, and preferably a name if you got one. So yeah, leave me a color suggestion, comment, anything you'd like. Just leave me a color suggestion and a name if you can think of one. But if you can't, don't put pressure on yourself. It's okay. Alright guys, so I'm back. I did end up getting the pulley off, the transmission. I tried pulling it. I tried using a puller. I did try heat. Probably should have. But I just took a 4.5-inch angle grinder and I started cutting away at that thing. Eventually I cut all the pulley out and I put some notches in it, and I guess that was enough. When I started hammering it real hard on the bottom to pound it off, I guess that split the notch open a little bit and it pulled off. So it took me a little bit. It took me probably an hour and a half to get that stupid sucker off. But it's off now, and the input shaft is in good enough shape that we can still use it and put a new pulley on. So that's good. We don't have to pull the whole transmission apart. So I got a bit carried away again. As you guys know, I get carried away a lot with making stuff without camera. So you guys can see I cut out the fender with an angle grinder, of course, because I don't have a plasma thing or anything like that. I probably should have used like a electric metal shear. I don't have one of those, but the angle grinder, I think I actually did such a pretty good job just by freehanding it with an angle grinder. Stuff don't always get the smoothest, but I think I did a pretty good job with a file it. We'll file it down, maybe a grinding wheel, get it nice and smooth. Fill all the little like lines in it, like that right there. Fill that up with some weld, grind that smooth, and then we'll get that all done. So we're gonna get this cut out, and we'll see you guys then to discuss the future plan. Then probably see what we're gonna do next. Alright guys, so you seen I just got this cut out, the angle grinder. This side I don't think went as well as the other side. That's my opinion. That side's actually pretty smooth. This side's a bit more jaggedy, but nothing a little bit of grinding can't fix, and filing. So we'll get this side, both sides looking real nice here soon. That's going to be the next thing we're going to probably try to do. And then, as far as the motor may go, you guys probably are thinking, what are you going to put in this for a motor? We're just going to put the stock motor in. I hate to put I don't like single cylinders at all. I don't think they got anywhere close to the power as a double. Even though they say 17 or a twin, I mean. Even though they say 17.5 horsepower, I feel like my 14 horsepower V-twin Kohler has more horsepower than the 17.5 horsepower Kohler. That's just my opinion. I do not really like single cylinders as far as power goes. They're reliable and all, but they just don't make powerhouse. Because they're not as big as in displacement and stuff. So we're gonna use the stock one. It might have a rod knock though. I don't know. I didn't really mess with it. I just pulled it out. But it seemed like it might have had a rod knock, but it could have just been loose motor mounts or loose bolts to hold the motor in. So we're gonna find out. If it has a rod knock, we're probably gonna run it till it dies, because you know, if it dies, just another excuse to get a V-twin. So yeah, we're gonna hook. Another reason we're using a stock motor. Well, I don't have another motor fit the budget, because if we buy another motor, it's gonna wipe the budget out. We're gonna be able to use a stock wiring harness. We're gonna be able to bypass all these safety switches, like the reverse one and the brake one. So we'll be able to start this sucker, just turn the key and go. And all the seat stuff, all that stupid safety stuff that John Deere has on here. So yeah, we're gonna get these filed off, and then after we get these all filed and smooth again, then we're gonna take them off, and tomorrow we're gonna fill the gaps with weld. We're gonna use the cheap $99 Harbor Freight welder, so it won't melt through this. It works good for this stuff. And then when we get onto the frame, we're gonna use a Hobart 140 MIG welder to get that going on, so that'll actually lay a bead that'll hold, unlike the Harbor Freight one where it's there, it's gonna hold it, but it's not gonna hold it very strong. So we're gonna get this filed off and we'll be good. Another thing, we're probably also gonna fill that right there, and the cup holder right there. I know the cup holder's gonna probably have to go because the tire's gonna sit there. This is gonna have to go too because this tire's gonna sit here. I wanted to make this a shifter originally, but I don't think that's gonna work anyway. And the tire's gonna sit like literally right there. It's gonna be close. We're gonna give it a little bit of clearance, so if any like mud or rocks get in there, they're not gonna get stuck in there and put a hole in the tire. They're gonna be able to shoot out. It won't dent the fenders and stuff. So we're gonna put this all together, you know, as I already said, primer and everything, and then we're gonna get these cuts probably curved up, because I want to put a bumper on the back here, so it'll hide this a little bit better. But you know, we still need it to look good, nice, because cover it up, that's not the real good way to do it. We want it to look nice, so if you take that bumper off, people are like, oh, this is really good quality, it's even made nice where it's hide. So that's not the right way to do it. Don't just cover stuff up. People are going to get mad at you if you ever have your own shop and do that. You're doing your work for other people, and they find out about that, they're going to get mad. So we're getting the habit now, fixing it nice. Got to get these angles the same, because I can tell right now this one is different than that one, and that's going to drive me crazy. So we're going to get this all, we might just cut this back piece right off. Don't know. We're going to get this all done tomorrow. I'm going to get this filed off, so I'm going to see you guys tonight maybe. So yeah. So guys, you know, I said I was going to do some grinding. I'm going to get a grinding wheel tomorrow. Well, I'm going to put one on the grinder tomorrow. Then we're going to get this done. We're going to probably make these even, because that's really not looking too good for me. because this side I think comes in more, and that side just comes down more. So we're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get it all in. So yeah, I got the gas tank out. Actually, that's what I did do. Well, I said I was gonna do that, but I got the gas tank out. So that was pretty simple. I just cut the tabs out underneath. Never do that if you want to keep your tractor a mowing tractor, because that's you pretty much. Then you got to re-weld all the tabs on, and you got to pull the transmission out. It's a pain in the butt. But either way, it's a pain in the butt if you want to keep this as a mower tractor, because then you got to pull the fenders off. That's the only way I can see you doing it, which is a pain in the butt because you got to pull the dash assembly apart. You got to pull this off, and you got to pull the pedals out. It's a pain. So it was not even worth replacing the gas tank. So we got the gas tank out. Now I'm going to try to upload every 2 days. So next upload is most likely going to be getting this transmission in here. I want to try to make it more like a vlog style, so if you can see if it doesn't work, you can see that. I'll do some more time lapses and stuff. Improve on this video. So yeah, gotta go inside. I'm kind of bleeding. Gotta get a band-aid, stuff like that. But yeah, we got all this done. We're gonna grind this down. We're gonna like make it smooth. When we paint it, we're just gonna get all the burrs off, so we don't cut ourselves even more. And then I'm gonna put some duct tape on the side, so we don't hurt ourselves lifting this up and keep cutting ourselves. Now I know I should probably be wearing mechanics gloves, but I don't like wearing those, only when I have to, and that's probably a case where I should have. So we're gonna get the transmission mounted in, as I said like 12 times. Maybe get the seat mounted down. We gotta cut this thing out, and I want to maybe thinking about making a pivot, so that way when we'll just have it down there. That way when we need to replace a belt or something, hopefully we don't need to replace belts that much. But if we do, it's bound to happen one time. So hopefully we just pick it up, pull the seat out like that, pivot it, and then we reach down there, and it's simple access to get a belt out, because nothing else will be down there besides the transmission or adjusting linkages or anything like that. So yeah, have that going, and then we gotta somehow figure out how to mount the hood while making this dash lower, like the steering wheel maybe. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this part off so it's not as high, but we gotta see. I was thinking about cutting that down, but then I'm thinking about how you're gonna mount the hood when your dash is like that, so we gotta figure that out. I'm gonna look at some pictures, because I know there is one other John Deere racing mower. There's probably a few of them that are like this, but there's one that I've seen in particular on Google. That's kind of cool. Kind of how I want to build this one, but this one I kind of want to make better. It's gonna be better to some people, not better to some people. I don't care. It's gonna look cool for me, so that's what we really care about. Now this thing, hopefully it's cool, hopefully it's not, so I'm gonna stop talking, get you guys your upload, and Christmas Day, stay tuned for probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock. We're gonna upload this video of us mounting the transmission, so stay tuned. So guys, I said I was gonna do some grinding. I'm gonna get a grinding wheel tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna put one on the grinder tomorrow. Then we're gonna get this done. We're gonna probably make these even, because that's really not looking too good for me, because this side I think comes in more, and that side just comes down more. So we're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get it all in. So yeah, I got the gas tank out. Actually, that's what I did do. Well, I said I was gonna do that, but I got the gas tank out. So that was pretty simple. I just cut the tabs out underneath. Never do that if you want to keep your tractor a mowing tractor, because that's pretty much. Then you got to re-weld all the tabs on, and you got to pull the transmission out. It's a pain in the butt. But either way, it's a pain in the butt if you want to keep this as a mower tractor, because then you got to pull the fenders off. That's the only way I can see you doing it, which is a pain in the butt because you got to pull the dash assembly apart. You got to pull all this off, and you got to pull the pedals out. It's a pain. So it was not even worth replacing the gas tank. So we got the gas tank out. Now I'm gonna try to upload every 2 days. So next upload is most likely gonna be getting this transmission in here. I want to try to make it more like a vlog style, so if you can see if it doesn't work, you can see that. I'll do some more time lapses and stuff. Improve on this video. So yeah, gotta go inside. I'm kind of bleeding. Gotta get a band-aid, stuff like that. But yeah, we got all this done. We're gonna grind this down. We're gonna like make it smooth. When we paint it, we're just gonna get all the burrs off, so we don't cut ourselves even more. And then I'm gonna put some duct tape on the side so we don't hurt ourselves lifting this up and keep cutting ourselves. Now I know I should probably be wearing mechanics gloves, but I don't like wearing those only when I have to, and that's probably a case where I should have. So we're gonna get the transmission mounted in, as I said like 12 times. Maybe get the seat mounted down. We gotta cut this thing out, and I want maybe thinking about making a pivot, so that way when we'll just have it down there. That way when we need to replace a belt or something, hopefully we don't need to replace belts that much. But if we do, it's bound to happen one time. So hopefully we just pick it up, pull the seat out like that, pivot it, and then we reach down in there, and it's simple access to get a belt out, because nothing else will be down there besides the transmission or adjusting linkages or anything like that. So yeah, have that going, and then we gotta somehow figure out how to mount the hood while making this dash lower, like the steering wheel maybe. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this part off so it's not as high, but we gotta see. I was thinking about cutting that down, but then I'm thinking about how you're gonna mount the hood when your dash is like that, so we gotta figure that out. I'm gonna look at some pictures, because I know there is one other John Deere racing mower. There's probably a few of them that are like this, but there's one that I've seen in particular on Google. That's kind of cool. Kind of how I want to build this one, but this one I kind of want to make better. It's gonna be better to some people, not better to some people. I don't care. It's gonna look cool for me, so that's what we really care about. Now, this thing, hopefully it's cool, hopefully it's not, so I'm gonna stop talking, get you guys your upload, and Christmas Day, stay tuned for probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock. We're gonna upload this video of us mounting the transmission, so stay tuned.